Hey, good morning, everybody. It's rebeccaloran, live. Hooray. Haven't even had my coffee yet. Haven't even had my coffee yet. Oh, and I haven't even eaten yet either. You didn't hear that probably. My tummy growled. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah, I gotta make my coffee. You know, all that stuff. I gotta make my coffee. I gotta make my coffee. Be right back. And I'm making oatmeal. Yay, oatmeal! Woo. Wow. Breakfast. Coffee. World of Warcraft. That's what life's all about. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, trying to get myself together this morning. Had a dream. You know, it's like where you have a dream and you're like, there's spots of the dream that you've been to before, like in the dream world. It's like there is like a dream world in your mind. Like, because it's like it's like you have like a set. Like it's like a TV set or like whatever, a movie set. Like you have like this dreamscape where like every time you dream there's like places that you go back to for like certain ideas. Kind of bizarre. Kind of bizarre. It's kind of bizarre. Kind of bizarre. Well, it's my world, and you're only living in it, chat. It's better get used to it. My world and you're living in it. Well, I am a warrior. I mean, that's pretty much what it's like being a warrior. It's your world and everyone else is living in it. You're the tank, most likely. What a suiting class for me to play. Nobody else wants to do it. Oh, oops. There we go. Yeah, we got NPC vibes. NPC vibes here. I wonder what we're gonna do today. Play World of Warcraft? I'm glad I got sleep last night instead of playing World of Warcraft. Because now I get to start over the day and decide what to do. And it's a part of it. Like, I was a skeleton. How did you do that? How is he an actual skeleton? What is going on? Was that M. Bison? But a gnome? And he layered. And people walking backwards. What's she doing? You know, apparently gnomes make really good warriors. Probably a naked guy. Probably harder for people to click on. Everyone's collecting mounts already. Okay, I got my coffee chat. Now we're ready to rumble. Kinda. Maybe. Not really. Well, I'm gonna be fucking real. I am not ready. Not ready for anything. I'm still having coffee. Coffee. Yeah, I love coffee. I love tea. I love the Jamba Jive, and it loves me. So tell me about yourself, chat. What brings you here to my channel? Why are you here? Why are you spending time with me? There must be something I'm doing right. Either that or you're cray-cray. Or both. What is content? How do you define content? Is content what you look at? Is content what you see, taste, and feel? Then content is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. I think that's the line. How do I think about what to begin with the thought of thinking about starting to realize what content is? What is the first thing that comes to mind when thinking about the concept of the iterations of the mind that begin to reveal to ourselves exactly the concept of the contradictions within ourselves that begin to realize how much of a loser we really are? I don't know what I'm doing, chat, but neither do you. Okay. Do I not have unit scan? I guess I don't. Why did I get rid of it? Why don't I just install it? Unit scan is useful. Oh, there's Nova Instance World and Nova World Buffs update. Unit scan. That's for hardcore. Well, I should install it for when I play hardcore again. You might play hardcore right now. You guys want to play hardcore? Get back on my mage? Or you guys want a level warrior? I want a level warrior. I don't know about you. But if there's enough demand, I'll get back into hardcore. Hardcore seems like more of a community thing. I'm playing PvP for myself. Really. I mean, that's a community thing too. So you know, obviously my default is going to be whatever the hell I want to play. But if there's enough demand, I'll jump back into hardcore because it's not just me. I'm playing here on stream, and so it's not just me that I'm thinking about. The people want to be entertained. And for some reason, hardcore is entertaining. I get it. I get why hardcore is entertaining, because there's always the risk that you're going to lose your character. It's a pretty big risk. And it creates like a play style that, yeah, sometimes it's really boring. It's going to be really boring, especially on mage. Like, I'm just going to be grinding mobs a lot of the time. Because it's safer that way. You get to experience more in the moment. It's more RP. Like, it's more catered towards RP, which I really like, but I don't really have any friends. So there's nobody to really RP with. But I can see the potential. There's a lot of potential for role-playing. But other than, you know, normally I'm still learning the game, and for the first time since the original Classic release, which when the original Classic release, we didn't know it was going to progress to the different expansions, and now we do, and they confirmed that they will be expanding to progressing to I keep wanting to say the Pirate Bay, to the Burning Crusade, TBC. Not TPB. Yar. They will be progressing to the Burning Crusade. So I really want to enjoy this while it's here. You know, it might not ever come again. This might be my final chance to truly enjoy vanilla WoW and go into the Burning Crusade and then go into the Wrath of the Lich King. Like, I joined Wrath towards the end and I was loving it, but it was too late. You know, I mean, hopefully I don't miss out on Cataclysm and Mists of Pandaria. I'd like to go back into there, but it's like I don't really feel a need to, because I'm so enthralled by the immersiveness of, you know, the kind of more casual gameplay. Like, maybe it's because I'm a noob, but like there's such more of like a long-term thinking of like leveling. Like the leveling is like more, gets you situated more, it teaches you the game, you know, there's more time, at least I feel, to like actually learn the game, which is what I want to do. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I really love World of Warcraft. I don't care what other people think that I should play or how I should play, or I'm going to study the game and learn the game, learn the meta. That's how I enjoy games. I don't care how anybody else plays. Some people are like, oh, you don't want to play Classic. It's like, why are you telling me what to do? I enjoy the game. They're like, no, you don't. You just want the nostalgia. And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is new to me. I hate it when people decide for you what to think, because they're projecting their own beliefs onto you. I really dislike it. Like, I wish people would take care of their own shit instead of throwing it all over me. Like, if you don't like Classic WoW because you've been playing it for 20 years, then quit the fucking game. Stop shitting on new players and gatekeeping the game just because you're sad and miserable. I'm so sick and tired of people like that. Yeah, I'm sure there's not very many of them on World of Warcraft. I'm sure that's a very rare occurrence. Yeah, we're gonna be playing vanilla WoW. We're gonna play on normal PvP, unless there's popular demand to go back on hardcore. If we get enough demand to go back on hardcore, we're going back to hardcore. That's how it works. It's a content realm. Okay, like if I'm playing for the gameplay, I'm gonna be playing a normal PvP because I need to learn the game. I have a lot to learn. I am a noob. Okay, but if we're playing for content, the people will demand that. I don't need to decide that for... you know, I don't even have to think. I don't even have to think. My viewers will decide for me. I don't have to think anymore. See, this is why I want to be a streamer. It's not about money or fame or anything. This is what it's really about. Are you guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready for this. The reason I want to be a streamer is so I don't have to fucking think anymore. So that people can tell me what to think. People can tell me what to do. People can tell me what to say. I don't want to think. Okay, I already have so much going on. When I think, I fail. That's how bad it is. That's how bad my brain is, okay? Like, I have so much to think about already. I really don't want to have to think about like what I have to do for content. And so that's the real reason why I want a community. It's selfish, I know. That's the real reason why I want viewers. It's selfish. It's not because of money, it's not because of fame, it's not because of some kind of weird thing. You know, use your imagination. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. But this is what I'm talking about. It's because I don't know what I'm talking about. I need you guys. I need you guys to give me content. I'm a failure. I'm a failure at life, and that's why I need chat to tell me how to not be a failure. Because if you guys are happy, then I don't need to think about how to make you happy. So that's my journey. It's like I have to become a streamer so that I don't have to think anymore. That's it. That's the real reason. And I bet you that's why everybody else became a streamer. It's not because of the, you know, $100,000 sponsors for an hour of content. That's not it. It's because they don't want to think. I mean, think about it though. Like, if you're already a multimillionaire, do you really need an extra $10,000? Probably. I mean, that's an extra $10,000. That can go to like your community. Like your real community, not your stream viewers. Like your actual community, like your family. Like that money can go to things. You can build a library. Okay, you know? That's what money's for. Who cares about that? Fuck the library. Like, I don't need that. I need chat to think for me. That's what I really need. I need one of those. I need chat to think for me so I don't have to think about how to make content for you guys. So I need to build an audience of people that want to help me figure out how to think. See, I'm making content. Do you get it? You get it? You get how that works? I am smart. No, you're not. That's why we need to raid you and have like an entire meeting with you. We need to call you on Discord and talk to you for like 5 hours. Because you have no fucking clue what the fuck you're doing, and we need to do it for you. Because you're so fucking dumb, you can't even figure out basic arithmetic. Okay? Like, I mean, not literal arithmetic. Not literal arithmetic. I mean, like, streaming arithmetic. Like, I can't figure this shit out, okay? I need somebody to tell me what to do. And tell me how to think. And tell me what to say. Tell me what to believe. I need it, okay? It would make life so much easier. Like, could somebody please think for me? You think I'm being sarcastic too? I am being literal. I need people to think for me, chat. This is not a joke, okay? This is not content. I am literally begging for people to tell me how to think so that I can perform better. I need objective criticism. Like, I need like a coach. I need someone to tell me how to be a performer, because that's how you get better, is you get coaching. Because I'm a performer, I'm not a natural performer. I have to be trained. You know, I didn't learn how to play music by myself. I had teachers. And unfortunately, it didn't really go anywhere. And maybe it will, but I have to build my platform first. Or it's like, you know, I'm not really going to be able to bring music anywhere. Music is expensive. I don't have that kind of income to be like focusing on music. I need to build something else, which is why I started doing like OnlyFans. But I also like, and then that becomes like the thing that I want to do. Then it's like, okay, well, I want to do that. Well, I can't always do that. So what do I do in the meantime? I don't know. I guess just chill, play World of Warcraft. Okay, now what? Well, play the game. Okay. But like, I gotta make content, right? No. You don't have to make content. Oh. But I want to make content. Oh, okay, there you go. That's different. You don't have to make content, but if you want to, then I don't know. Like, what kind of content do you want to make? I have no idea. Well, there's a problem. Why are you doing something when you don't even know why you're doing it? I don't know, because taking action is better than doing nothing. What the fuck do you think? Do you think I would just like want to sit down and cry and mope and go on Discord and try to make friends on Discord? And pretend that that's like doing anything? Maybe. I don't know, chat. I have no idea why I do the things I do. I just do them because I don't want to be standing still. Because it's terrifying to me to be somebody who just... I've seen so many people who are much older than me, much older, who have just basically their whole life, they're like, oh, well, I didn't have any opportunities, that's why I never pursued anything. I'm like, well, what did you do? You know, did you make opportunities? They're like, no, but like, that's not how it works. And I'm like, how would you know? How would you know how it works? Because you never did it. Like, all these people who have all this knowledge and information for things they never did. Like, what the fuck? You decided what the acting world is when you haven't even tried? Have you even auditioned? Like, these people in my life, they tell you that they act like they know everything, and they literally have never even tried. How would they possibly know? And they're like, oh, well, I knew a random dude back when I was in college, a friend of a friend of a friend, who tried to be an actor and he failed. Like, okay, well, what exactly did he do? Oh, you know, he like went to an audition. Okay, one audition? Yeah, it's really tough, and you don't want to live that life because a friend of his was an actor or a model, and he did heroin and shit. It's like, okay, well, that sounds like a him problem. That doesn't sound like a problem with the profession. Oh yeah, but this like celebrity was on like, you know, the TV, and they had this drug addiction, and like, well, okay, but like that's like one person and it's like a celebrity, so you don't even know what the fuck is cooking with like the tabloids and shit. Like how much stuff is actually real and how much is like organized by their agent as like a big facade so that the tabloids can jump on it. How much do you think is actually real? I'm sure it's real, but like, you gotta admit, like, if your life is like, you're a Hollywood actor, you're trained as a performer, and then something happens in your life that's not very flattering, you gotta imagine that there's some kind of meeting with your PR team, like with your agent. Like, hey, how are we gonna handle this situation? Okay, maybe if we play it up a little bit this way, we can control the narrative and make it so that you at least, you know, have a little bit more control over, you know, what happens. Okay, like, don't you think that's most likely what's going on? I'm not saying it's like entirely scripted. I'm just saying it's really highly likely that there's some kind of discussion with like their agent, or at least somebody, like their lawyer or something. Always be smashing. Someone just slaughtered all these dudes. So yeah, I mean like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, if eventually things will start to, like, you know, you reach a critical mass in something. At some point, you get what you want. You know, like, if you try hard enough for long enough with the right people, eventually you get something moving forward, you know? And I think I just have to keep doing that because that's all I really know how to do. And the only alternative is to just give up and then complain for the rest of my life. I don't want to do that. I've known too many people that live their life like that. Where they're like, oh, you know, I couldn't be a model, so then I'm going to be miserable and take it out on everyone else for the rest of your life. Like, dude, why don't you just try to be a model then? They're like, oh, well, you know, I'm making all these excuses, like I'm too old. It's like, dude, there's people who are like in their 70s getting started with modeling. What the fuck are you talking about? They're like, oh, like it's because of all these reasons. I thought it would be better to have a kid. And it's like, well, that was your decision then. Don't complain about like your lack of career goals being met if like you made other decisions that took priority. Like if your priority was to have kids, that's great. I'm happy for you. But don't come around and complain that, oh, my modeling career was ruined because of kids. Like, fuck you, man. It's not fair to your kids. Like, come on. You decided to have kids. That's your decision. Stick with it. It comes with a cost. Just like if you pursued careers, that comes with a cost that you don't even know about. So how would you even possibly know if you have it better or worse? You could have it a lot better because it's like, well, now you're happy and fulfilled because you did something that you truly wanted to do. And then why would you be complaining about something that you don't even know like what you're missing? Probably not missing anything because it's not right for you, because if it was, you would have made that decision. Right? Like, people don't, I don't know why, like, it's people who complain about things when they made a very, it's like, they made a very conscious choice. And then it's like, you can still be a model. There's plenty of people who are, you know, like, you think all the people in Hollywood are just childless? Like, there's people who have kids. Like, come on. Stop making excuses. Like, the only excuse is that you didn't work hard enough. That's the only excuse I will ever accept for myself. And it's the only excuse I'll accept from anyone else. Although I do try to be kind. And, you know, I'm way harsher on myself than I am, like, you know, which is terrible because I should be kind to myself. But, like, I'm way harsher to myself because I would never say these kind of things to people unless they really asked for it. But, like, it is kind of true, like, there's so many reasons why I can easily make an excuse why I'm not successful, but none of those matter because the only thing that matters is whether or not you're successful. So however you get there doesn't really matter. The things I've tried have maybe failed, maybe they're just taking a while. I have no idea, and so I shouldn't decide ahead of time. Recover health. So yeah, that's the only excuse I will ever accept is that I stopped trying. Because I don't care how bad I am at something, even if I'm crawling 0.01 inches forward, at least I'm trying, and then I can never be blaming myself. As long as I'm trying. Because it's like, as soon as you give up, it's over. But it's not over forever, that's the thing. It's like, even if you give up, that's not giving up. That's the thing. Because you can just try again. As long as you're alive. Just don't... You know, I mean, just stay alive. That's the only real measure of success, is if you're still alive and you're still able to try. Whatever that means. And yeah, maybe I'm so dumb that I can't possibly figure out how to make things work for me. But like, how am I supposed to know that if I don't try? And how am I supposed to decide ahead of time whether or not what I'm doing is working when I'm not giving it a chance at all? I mean, what can I possibly do other than try my best? And reach out to people and try to collaborate with people. Which is what I'm doing. Like, I just did a photo shoot on Thursday. Like, that's huge. That's not something that a loser does. Like, a loser just gives up and says, oh, well, I'm never gonna get a photo shoot, so I'm not even gonna try. And I'm like reaching out to people, trying to collaborate, like, and I did collaborate, and it's like, it's not gonna happen overnight, and there's a lot more work ahead of me, but like, that's all it really is you just take one step forward and you keep taking another step, and then you take another step, and that's how I've gotten everything that I needed for my surgeries. So that's how I'm gonna do everything for my modeling career and such. Is just keep putting my foot in the door. Oh, the problem with the mouse over is I can't click. So I might want to just put like regular versions in this side thing here. I was like, I should just put like regular like hamstring. The regular mocking blow. The regular rend. Regular Sunder armor. Regular disarm. And a regular taunt. I mean, just in case I need to like, I can't mouse over and I have to target manually and do it. I don't want to have to open up the spellbook to do that. No, no. None of that. No spellbook spells. No spellbooking. No reason to do that. I have like plenty of buttons on my action bars. Yeah, because mouse over can be some kind of unreliable sometimes. Especially in situations like... What happened? Okay, I was like, for a second I thought I was punching. I was like, what? Like situations where I'm like drinking my coffee, for example, and I have to click. Well, how am I supposed to click on my rend when it's mouse over. So it's like I can click over here instead. This little teeny tiny button over here. As a backup. Rebecca has a backup. Rebecca has a backup. I'm honestly terrified, guys. Like, what the fuck? You disarmed me? Oh, I have it as mouse over. I'm dumb. Yeah, so I also need to, shield bash. As a mouse over. I mean, as a non-mouse over. As a backup. I have a mocking blow as a backup. Okay. Yeah, I can't just do everything as a mouse over. If I need to do things with just a mouse and click, like if I'm drinking coffee. I mean, these are important things. I need to be able to do that. It's important. This is real life. Ooh, some oats. I had oatmeal for breakfast. See, it's real life. Fuck. What the hell? Okay. Oh wow, I can actually... The fuck? Oh, it's page up and page down. So if I press home, press end. Oh, wait. I can actually like zoom in really quickly. I didn't know that. Yeah, I can like get the camera like a certain way. That's kind of random. I think it matters. No, it's kind of nice. I can like reset the camera if I wanted to. Like large boy. How large? You know, I'm just like trying to think to scale, you know, like as time goes on and, you know, I no matter what is going on with my life, I have this spot to like kind of like gather myself while I'm having my coffee, or, you know, if I need something to like, you know, to air out some, you know, frustration or like whatever, like I have this space I've created like on my stream. Okay, well, I don't really want to give up the strength just for a little extra armor. And you know, like it scales, like, you know, right now it doesn't really feel like a lot's going on, but like imagine like, you know, I went on a photo shoot the other day. What if I'm going on a photo shoot every day? And so I, you know, start up my stream in the morning while I'm getting ready for my photo shoot. And I don't really need to do much except for I actually have to do a lot. I have to mentally prepare. You can't go into something with the wrong mindset, or, you know, you're gonna damage yourself. It's not good. You have to think about the long term. You have to be able to do things consistently. And so it's like, yeah, you could force yourself and like, you know, kind of like make it through it. But if this is something you're doing like every day, then it's like you have to be able to do it so naturally that it's like a part of your existence. It's not just something you're just trying to get through. And so it's like, you know, I could imagine like mentally preparing for a photo shoot, because I mean, obviously, like, there's like things you gotta do. Like I gotta like take care of my fitness. I gotta take care of my diet. You know, all that kind of stuff. But that's stuff that's like kind of on autopilot. Like at a certain point, you know, like I'm trying to get back to where I was. You know, but I'm in a very special state of existence right now because I'm post-operative, 9 months after a surgery. And I'm only just now like getting to a place where it's like I can get back to a regular schedule of like going for walks and doing yoga and all that kind of stuff. Like everything was kind of bonkers after surgery, and that's expected. So, you know, but like, you know, there's stuff I got to do, but like that stuff kind of goes on autopilot. So then like what else do I need to do? Well, I could do my stream like in those kind of situations. Play some World of Warcraft or something, whatever, and like whatever my stream is doing at the time that I feel like, and like use that as a space to kind of like mentally prepare, because there's a lot of stuff that's like there's really not much you need to do except mentally prepare. And like I don't know, I think it's also like kind of good because then it's like it's also a place that like people who follow me can like chat with me. So it's like, yeah, I mean, as long as I don't get tilted, but that's also something I need to work on, because it's like, regardless, whenever I need to actually be somewhere, I don't like doing something that is kind of like something like streaming, for example, where chat can show up and kind of throw you wild cards. That's not something you want to do right before you have to be somewhere. But like usually I like turn it off and just kind of like, you know, meditate. Like just by myself, like in silence. Like that's something. But you usually have, if you schedule things correctly, then you have plenty of time for that. So it's like, you know, I'll always schedule so that at the very least an hour before I have to leave, I turn everything off. All electronics, all phones, everything. That's how I usually do things. And yeah, like I'm like acting like, oh, what are you, some like, you know, like some Hollywood star or something. It's like, no, it's not about that. It's about like, it's about the routine. It's about the schedule. It's about having it in place so that it scales as it gets better. Regardless of where it is, whether it's right now at the beginning where I barely have any opportunities, or when I'm rolling in opportunities and have to turn things down because like I only have so many hours per day. Like, you know, like hopefully I get that problem. That's a good problem to have. Because then it's like you get to pick and choose what you do. That's a luxury. Okay, I don't have that luxury. I got to take everything I can get, within reason. But within that reason is pretty wide for me. I'm pretty flexible and open-minded. So there's a lot of opportunities I can get, but I don't have those opportunities, and I don't really necessarily know how to make those opportunities. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. But I can like imagine like, you know, this scheduling of like, you know, do my live stream like when I'm like preparing to mentally prepare, and just have like a space open that's also like a little bit of a residual side gig of its in and of itself, like that may even turn into a main thing. Who knows? Probably not, but like whatever I'm doing outside of streaming, I can then come to my stream and use that as like a gathering place for my thoughts and for my community, and for possibly new people. Who knows? I really have a lot going on for me, and I need to stop thinking that my life is a failure, because it's like couldn't be further from the truth. Like, failures don't think about these things. They just give up. They just play World of Warcraft and say like, oh, well, my life's over. I'm just going to play World of Warcraft and nothing is ever going to work out for me. And I'm just going to be a loser. I'm sure they don't say that, but like that's what their actions say. If that makes any sense? And don't get me wrong, if I really felt like it, I'd be doing like 12-hour streams. I just don't really feel like it lately. I just like, you know, hop on for an hour or two. Like honestly, I just want to finish up this quest and then head out, because I got stuff to do today. But we're just chilling. Chilling in Moonbrook. You know, gotta fight for the mobs. So it's kind of a lot of just running around and hoping that mobs aren't tagged. And I'm having my coffee. So it's like, you know, just chilling in Moonbrook, having my coffee. That's how I see my stream right now. I don't know if anybody else who would be watching would see it that way, but for me, this is my exact moment in my life right now. Is I am literally chilling in Moonbrook, having a coffee, because that's what I'm doing. That's my real lived experience. Is that I have my stream on, my light, my camera, I have my side monitor with chat, I have the main window, And on my main window, I have World of Warcraft, and I'm just in Moonbrook doing a quest and having my coffee. Like, this is my coffee time. That's kind of what my stream is. It's coffee time. And if I can treat it that way, then it's like, no matter what else I do in life, this is my coffee time. Like, you know, if I'm getting like booked with like tons of freaking photo shoots and stuff and other gigs, acting gigs, you know, performance, then I have to like have something to do when I wake up to prepare for that. Oh, what? Oh shit. Yeah, she's level 25. What am I doing? And it's really important to me that I have these things in place, because otherwise I lose my mind. And nobody wants that, especially not me. And yeah, the outside observer will not understand this. I don't expect them to. Most people don't. Most people don't understand that there's a reason I'm streaming, and it's not to get viewers. Most people think of it like, why are you streaming? You have 0 viewers. Like, they don't get it. Like, I mentally need something to keep me focused on a daily task. That like, no matter what else is going on, I have something that's reliable. Because so many things in my life, especially right now, are very all over the place and unreliable and up in the air. Opportunities are not really happening. They are, but like, they're not really happening. Not in the way that they need to be. And I need something that's constant, and my stream is something that's constant. It's something where it's like, hey chat, what's up? This is what's going on. This is how I'm feeling. Like, I need that. I don't care if there's nobody here. Like, I need that. And most people don't really get that. Because they think of something, well, if you're not making money, then what are you doing? Or, you know, including myself. Because a lot of the time I'm like, if I'm not making money or moving my career forward, I'm wasting my life. Like, no, you're not. In fact, like, you're probably less likely to succeed if you think that way. Because you're thinking negatively. You're thinking that you're a failure. And that's how I'm like, I'm like, have to deprogram myself. So that's why I have my stream, is I have to pretend that I'm successful. And you fake it till you make it. Because I'm basically, I'm living, my stream schedule is like, I'm basically pretending that I'm already like a famous person. And I know it's not like reality, but like, I'm pretending that I'm like a famous like Twitch streamer or something. Because it's not about the like literal like career. It's about like what they're doing. And like the action. It's not about the result, it's about the action. Which I know is really hard for a lot of people to understand. A lot of people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why aren't you doing anything to move your life forward? Why don't you get a job? Like, what? You don't get it. You don't get what I'm dealing with. I have a brain that works differently than most people's. I'm autistic, and I'm a very special kind of autistic. And I know that's like really hard for people to understand. They think it's an excuse. They think it's really convenient. I wish it was that case, because that would be an easy problem to solve. I would just have to get over myself. That would be a really fucking easy problem to solve. And it's not an easy, that's not an easy problem to solve, but I wish it was. I know how my brain works. And if you were dealing with what I was doing, you'd probably be doing what I'm doing. Nobody else is equipped to deal with myself but me. Because nobody's living my life but me. Nobody knows what it's like to be me other than me. And so, like, I don't know anybody who would be... I don't appreciate anybody who's gonna think they know everything. Just regardless, I feel like that's a shitty... That's just, like, really shitty. Like, anybody who thinks they know everything, especially when it's somebody they don't know, but even when it's somebody they know, like, that's just a really, like, insufferable, like, personality trait. Like, if you think you know what everybody else needs to be doing, like, how do you know? Like, that's what you would be doing, but I'm not you. You're not in my situation. If you were in my situation, you'd know exactly the information I'm dealing with. But you don't. You think you do because you have, like, you think that your experience is the same as everyone else's. And it's not. Some people have the short end of the stick, okay? And they're just trying to make do with what they have. And it's kind of shitty to just assume that, like, that you know how to live their life better than they do. That's a really annoying personality trait. So I usually just ignore those people straight up. Like, people like that I never really take seriously. Like, if somebody's gonna come into my life and be like, you're doing everything wrong, and I'm like, okay, well, are you gonna be constructive about this, or are you just gonna yell at me and call me a dumbass? Because it's like, I'm all ears for constructive ideas, okay? But if your ideas are that I just need to stop making excuses and try harder, that's dumb. I'm sorry, but you have no idea what I'm dealing with. You just assumed that I hadn't tried that? That is really disrespectful, because you're basically calling me you're calling me stupid. You think I'm dumb. You think I'm lazy. Like, that's disrespectful. How am I supposed to feel about that? Like, if somebody comes in and says, oh, haven't you tried getting a job, LOL? Like, really? You think I hadn't thought about that? You think after all these years I hadn't thought, hey, maybe I should get a job? Really? You think I hadn't tried that? Are you that... Do you think that little of me? Are you that freaking just... It's just so disrespectful that you think I wouldn't try the obvious solution. Like, you think I would have tried that, right? I did. I'm disabled. I'm sorry for being disabled. Just because you don't get it doesn't mean it's not true, because regardless, you get to go on and live your life and walk away feeling like oh, I told this loser off that she needs to get a job or whatever. Okay, but you don't have to live my life. I do. And meanwhile, like, that doesn't help me. So if you're not going to help me, then, like, get out of my way, because I am trying so hard to make my life work, and I don't need people like that coming in and acting like they know how to live my life better than I do. Because if they were dealing with what I was dealing with, they would be terrified too. They would have no idea what to do as well. They don't have to deal with what I'm dealing with. They have to deal with their own shit. And they managed to figure it out. Good for them. I really hate it when people are coming to you and they're like, oh, well, I know this other person who's autistic figured it out. I'm like, oh, good for them. Good for fucking them. You think that's supposed to make me feel better? Like, come on. Really? Seriously, like, what is your problem? I don't understand people like that. It's just ridiculous. Like, maybe they just don't know. And they couldn't know. So I don't really blame them. But I can't stand it. And then when you stand up for yourself, they dismiss you. They're like, oh, this person just doesn't want to get help. I don't know how to deal with that. Like, how do you deal with people who don't even acknowledge you? Who, like, don't even give you a chance? I don't even understand why people are like that. Like... Like you meet somebody one time, and then from that moment onward, no matter what they do or say, you're going to already have made up your mind? No, like I judge people based on who they are now. I don't like decide ahead of time who they are. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I give them chances. And maybe that's just me, but it's just like yeah, I have my own filter, but it's not really like the same. It's like if somebody's like a crazy person, like they're out in public like smoking crack or something, but even then it's like, hey, like what if that person goes to like rehab eventually? Well, then that's a different person. It's not the same person as the person I saw smoking crack. Okay, so like most people I guess don't think that way. Most people, they see somebody and they've already decided who they are way ahead of time. I guess that person didn't want to adhere to my /roll rules. I got an 82. She didn't even roll, and oh, whatever. She wanted the treasure chest. It's fine. I've done that before, too. Oh, am I done here? Thank you very much. Leave party. But yeah, you know, I can't control other people, so that's like, you know, that's not really something I can do. But I don't know, I have to understand that, like, I'm pretty much on my own. Most people, and I do have people on my side. I do have people who are helping me. You know, I have, like, professionals that are, like, really understanding and helpful and patient. But not all of them can really help me forward, so I'm pretty much on my own. I have to figure out how to make my own living. I have to figure out how to make my own income. I have to manage my own hours. It's just, it's the curse of being, it's the gift and the curse of being autistic, is that if I can make it work, it's really fucking good. But until then, it's terrifying. That's the gift and the curse of being autistic. Is that often you're like really, really capable of things, but in order to get there, you have to suffer, because it's like having absolutely no idea what you're doing, and then once you know what you're doing, you're like, fuck, I got this, like, and then there's never a problem really again once you get it. Like, that's the cool thing about it, is that if you make something work, it really fucking works. But getting it to work is the difficulty. That's what basically makes autism what it is. At least for me. And that's in my experience. That's what I'm noticing. Is that things really fucking work when they do, but getting them to that point is the challenge. And so it's like I have to get opportunities, and hopefully, you know, every now and then life throws you a bone. You know, somebody like helps you out, and then like really pushes you further along. And I think I might really be like starting to meet some people who might be able to help me. Like, hey, like I went on a photo shoot the other day. That's a big deal. That's not something that I was really doing before. Like, if I want to be a model, I'm gonna have to like meet photographers and go on photo shoots. That's literally what models do. And so in order to advance that, I have to make those opportunities happen, and they're not going to happen at all if I don't try, if I don't pursue it, if I don't make those find those opportunities.
Need something?
So, you know, I got a good head on my shoulders and I got a lot going for me. But I really just got to be patient with the process because it's not going to happen overnight. And there's going to be a lot of difficult times ahead. I have to gear myself up for that because I can't be delusional. I can't be, because that'll only set me up for failure. But maybe I also need to not be delusional in the opposite direction. Maybe things are really going to work out very fucking well. Why am I just assuming that it's going to be miserable?
See you later.
Yeah, these Westfall quests, am I right?
How are you?
Inventory fillers. Jesus Christ. Yeah, every time you do these quests, your inventory is like 1/3 of it is completely used up.
Safe travel. Need help? Go with honor,
Yeah, none of these are that good.
Light bless you.
But, you know, I'm doing these quests for the VC. So this one... Yeah, the Defias Highwayman. Yeah, all these guys. So we're gonna do that next time. And then we got the escort quest. Or no, then we gotta kill the messenger. And then we gotta do the escort quest. And then we do dead mines. And I gotta do those, hopefully I can do the, I'm probably, before I do a dead mines group, I'm gonna try to just find people who are doing, Octua. You know, anything that I'm gonna make work is going to have to be custom. And unfortunately, that's like really difficult for people to make happen because everybody wants that. But it's not a choice for me. I know it's hard for people to get that because a lot of people are like, oh, of course you're gonna say that because you want it to be true. Like, I don't care what you think. I know this is true. I have tried it your way. It did not work. This isn't Burger King. Okay? I have tried it your way. And I'm gonna keep trying it, even if it's like hopeless. But at the same time, I need to think long term and I need to think realistically. And realistically, I'm a performer. And I need to make that work. And I'm gonna do whatever the fuck it takes to make that work. And I don't care like what other people think about it, because it's like, if it worked for other people, then I can figure out how to make it work too. And they're like, oh, but they got lucky. It's like, well, you think they got lucky just sitting around doing nothing? No, they got lucky by trying. You're not going to get lucky at all if you don't show up to work.
See you around.
So I'm going to try to do that. And I don't care how long it takes because it has to work. It's not a choice. And you know, the only choice I have is to keep asking for help from, like, you know, professional organizations that are supposed to be helping me, but they're not. And until they help me, I have to be on my own. And I'm trying to ask them for help so I can have a better life, and they're not really doing anything about it. They're not intervening. And so if nobody's going to intervene, then fuck everyone else. I'm going to do my thing, and I'm going to make it work. Anyway. Anyway, things are gonna work out. I know it's hard for people to see that. It's definitely hard for me to see it, but like, I have to remind myself. You know, that's why I do my stream and just chill and play some World of Warcraft and just talk about stuff like that. It's really hard to see right now, but eventually things are gonna work out. I just don't know what that looks like, but if I give up, then it's never gonna happen.